Welcome to Let's Talk Football with me, Chris.
And me, Richard.
A podcast that brings you the latest in football news. Every week we discuss all the big talking points from the world of football and preview all the action in the week to come.
In this week's podcast, the World Cup has begun, and it's been a great start for England with their 6-2 win over Iran. Wales and the USA draw as Saudi Arabia shocked the world by beating an underwhelming Argentina side in one of the biggest World Cup upsets in history.
Lots to talk about this week with the World Cup going. So, let's talk football. Welcome everybody to another week of the podcast. We're here to talk about the World Cup because it's finally upon us.
Yep.
The games are coming thick and fast now.
They really are.
So 4 games a day for the next week or so.
Yeah, till next Monday. Yeah.
So it's going to be, well, even there's still 4 games a day. They're just going to be played at the same time, aren't they?
Yes, yeah. So it's gonna get very confusing to watch it all from that point.
Very, very confusing. You're going to have to pick a game to watch.
Yeah,
for a group.
pretty much.
But yeah, let's start with England then. Let's start with that impressive performance I thought yesterday from England.
Yeah.
When you think of the mood that everyone was sort of in going into it with, you know, the last few results.
Yeah, obviously not winning and not doing very well in the Nations League. Yeah.
Yeah, in the summer, and then obviously the 2 games. I mean, to be fair, I thought they played very well against Germany in that second half.
Yeah.
And that gets overshadowed obviously because Nick Pope has a moment at the end of it.
Yeah.
But
do you know what surprised me the most from yesterday's game?
What's
He ditched the back 5.
He did ditch the back 5 for that. That was surprising. I think you just thought, you know what, I'm going with the extra attacker.
Which it was much more fluid with the extra attacker on the pitch.
I agree. I think Jude Bellingham was that. I mean, how phenomenal he was yesterday.
He was brilliant yesterday. Brilliant.
That glue that he was.
Yeah.
Was just like there. And I thought, when we were pinning him back as well, I thought Declan Rice was doing really good in there just to go, picking the ball off, taking it off him and going,
you had Trippier going one side, you had Shaw down the other, and Rice was kind of just sort of working in that area between sort of beyond the halfway line, but just sort of in that little area to keep the ball ticking over. Yeah.
And he was reading it very well.
He was,
just to stop him on the break. There was a few times where he just went, nope, you're not getting through there.
Yeah.
So the 4 at the back. Now, will he change it going into the later stages of the competition?
I don't
when
think
he's got
he will.
What, when he gets Kyle Walker back, maybe?
Maybe. But then Walks
is not... I think when we get in...
100%, is he? That's the thing.
No. And I was looking at it actually yesterday. I thought, obviously, he was on the bench.
Yeah.
There was part of me thinking, this is a good opportunity to get him and Calvin Phillips some game time.
Yeah.
And then I thought, and then I looked at the way he ran, we're hacking everyone. And I thought, actually...
It's probably not a good idea to...
It's probably not the best time to put them on.
No, but the substitutions were very good as well. Obviously, the players he brought on needed minutes as well.
Yeah, and,
confidence,
goals
I think, was the thing, particularly for Marcus Rashford. I think that was one thing when he came on. It was
honest,
like confidence.
I don't think his confidence has been an issue this season. You know, you see him play for United.
Yeah.
He'll be happy to get his goal.
Oh, I mean, 3 touches. That was beautiful.
3 touches. Yeah, it was really nice as well. The way he broke past the man, he pulled it back, chopped him down.
Yeah.
I mean, Saka's second one for me was brilliant.
Oh yeah, lovely curling effort from Saka. Yeah.
He sat 3 defenders down with a little fake.
Yeah.
Because he double faked, didn't he? He did one and then he did another one, and he seemed to be just going at a leisurely pace. There was no pressure on him whatsoever.
No.
He just backed off him. It was very good, and a good start was needed, and they got the early start.
Yeah, tougher test will come for England, but we needed to put Iran to the sword, and we did.
Yeah, and we've seen, as we'll talk about in a bit, these games that you think are easy aren't.
No, definitely not. Although I did like Fabio Capello. They did a little thing with him that he's, we need to defend better. Well, thanks, Fabio. Brilliant.
Cheers, Fab. Thanks for your input. Yeah. Where was that 12 years ago?
Yeah. People in glass houses and all that.
Yeah. But, good start for England. And then obviously with Wales and USA drawing, puts England in a very strong position.
Yeah, definitely. That was a very good game
on Friday.
Wales and USA.
Yeah, it was nice end-to-end stuff.
Yeah.
I felt... One thing I did feel, I thought USA are going to rely on Pulisic a lot in terms of their creativity.
Yes, definitely.
They will work. They will work hard. They will win the ball back, I think, quite frequently. But they need that. They need that creativity that Pulisic brings. There's that extra quality that he has that no one else in that squad has. He's their X factor.
Definitely.
And then it was really nice to see Timothy Weah.
Yeah. Son of George.
Son of the legendary.
Yeah.
Get on the goal in the get on the score sheet in a World Cup.
Yeah.
Of course, his dad was never able to do.
Yeah. Sadly, George was one of the few. I mean, one of the many players that's never played at the World Cup. They were listing him off last night, and it was like, crikey. The list of players they were giving out that never played at the World Cup. But yeah, Aware has finally made his mark.
Indeed, that was nice to see. But Wales stayed in it.
They were better second half, Wales. I think
I think their plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think their plan was to sit back.
Yeah.
And just absorb, and then USA scored, and you could see then they were trying to get out a bit more, but they didn't have that focal point, did they?
No.
Their only thing was in over the top to maybe get Dan James away, because he was the only real outlet that they had.
Yeah.
Because Bale's not going to run beyond many people anymore.
No.
So you really are relying on that, and I didn't think that Ramsey had a great game, and they need Aaron Ramsey.
Yeah,
having good games
need
of football.
Him and Bale to be connecting together and making things happen.
Well, I think with Bale less so, because I think you just want a moment from Bale.
Yes,
you know what I mean. Bale's on there to give you a moment. I mean, he's hardly played a game of football.
It's crazy, really, when you think about it, how little football he's played.
Yeah, he's played next to no football, so you're not going to get a 90-minute performance out of Gareth Bale. He's on the pitch to give you a moment, and he's worth carrying to give you a moment, because he's, you know what I mean, he's better than anyone else of creating a moment that they have. He took the penalty.
Yeah, won the penalty as well.
Took the penalty, so he created the moment that Wales needed him to do.
Yeah,
and I think that's what they're going to rely on from him. They'll want a much better performance against Iran, but I think it really puts Wales in a good position.
Yes, because you would expect Wales will beat Iran. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, if England can do the business against USA,
then that
puts Wales in a good position going into that last game.
And then it may well come down to goals.
Well, yes.
Because technically, head-to-head won't matter because he's won all.
Yeah, head-to-head against Wales and USA won't matter, though, so it will be a goal difference issue potentially between them. But, let's not count out Iran yet.
Yeah,
they still might create a shock.
Pull off a couple of surprises. I think they might take heart from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think the Saudi situation is a bit different, obviously, because Saudi Arabia had, they're right next door. The fans were over there. It's the best atmosphere I think I've heard in one of the games so far.
Yeah, definitely.
It was electric in there. It felt like a proper football for the first time. It felt like a proper football match.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, you're right.
In the tournament, in terms of the atmosphere. So that was really good to see.
Can I just go back to the Wales game for a second?
Yeah, sure.
How lucky was Joe Roden in the first half?
Oh yeah, definitely. I thought it was going in. It was great header.
Yeah. It's Wayne Hennessy. Knows nothing about it. Jesus Christ.
I was very, very lucky. But no, good performance, I think, from the USA in particular. I think more than Wales.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed, the USA, in the end. I think that they've drawn that. Yeah,
I think so too. I think it's a big result for Wales, one that they needed.
Definitely.
And we'll see if it'll get them through. See if it's enough for them to work their way through into the next round. But all the games, I think, between those three teams, Iran, Wales, and America, are going to be close.
Yes.
It'll just be whether one of them can, or at this point, Wales and America can do something against England. Yeah. I think that's going to be the difference, I think, between these two.
All the four teams are in the top 20 in the world.
Yeah, that's it. So it technically, although you watched Iran yesterday, you would question that.
Yeah.
On paper, that is the toughest group, I think.
It is, yeah. In world ranking terms, yeah.
But I don't. It's not really, is it?
No.
When you look at the quality that Iran was doing, other than Taremi, who got his 2 goals.
Yeah. They didn't offer much else.
No, there's not a lot else going on there. And it's all right having the world class striker, and it's great to have a world class striker. But when you haven't got the quality behind to give them the supply, it then becomes difficult. And that's something that teams like Poland have struggled with over the years.
Yeah, because Lewandowski hasn't got that support.
Yeah. you know, they have a better class of player than Iran. Let's not get that wrong when it comes to Poland. But you know, to have that creative player that can find your man who you know is going to score.
Yeah.
That's a difference maker, and you know that's what Aaron Ramsey has been to Bale over the years. You know, in this period where Wales have been getting to major tournaments, when, you know, especially when they got to the semis in the Euros.
It was Wales
the other year.
Bale that got them there. It was Ramsey and Bale that got them there.
Ramsey and Bale that got them there, yeah. So, you know,
I mean, all of Wales are behind them.
Oh, absolutely.
But they're not on the pitch at the same time.
No, but there we are. So then, let's talk about the biggest upset of the World Cup so far. It happened Tuesday morning in the UK.
And
was
Saudi Arabia.
Argentina losing to Saudi Arabia, who, I mean, the first half,
it was one-way traffic.
with a bit more patience, I think, from Argentina.
Yeah.
Or not even that, actually. No, it's not so much patience. I think
guile,
a quickness of play, because they were playing that very high line.
Yeah.
And they got caught off. What was it? Three disallowed
goals in the first half. Yeah.
Yeah, there's you know, two of them for offside, and with a better timed pass.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, those goals would have been easy for them to get.
Yeah, they were, even in the second half when they were pushing for the equaliser, they were rushing things so much.
Yeah.
Like, just find the ball out wide, get it in the middle.
But I think, when I was looking at it in the first half, I thought that middle pass to break through the line, when they're playing that high line to stifle your midfield, that pass through to, you know, to go beyond them. You've got the pace of Martinez, who's probably gonna outpace most of the Saudi Arabian players.
Yeah.
And he did get beyond them a few times, obviously offside for his one chance that he put away. But if the ball comes quicker in that situation, and the run starts from a little bit deeper and the pass comes a little bit earlier, you're going to catch them out, because they're not going to be ready to play they're not going to be able to get up to full speed to get the offside. The offside's going to be made irrelevant in that respect. So you want to pass through the line quicker, get into the back, get into the space. I mean, Messi and Martinez will put one-on-ones away if you give them enough, as they proved in the game. But then the second half, I think the aggression that Saudi Arabia came out with in the second half, Argentina couldn't match that.
No, which is surprising.
For whatever reason. Yeah. Which is very surprising for an Argentinian side, really. That's one thing you expect to get from an Argentine. Yeah. Is for them to be able to do that. So it was a massive shock. And the two goals that Saudi Arabia scored were good goals.
Yeah, the second one in particular, lovely curling effort. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, Argentina will be very, very disappointed with the way they've performed. It puts them on the back foot.
And he puts them under pressure, because Mexico and Poland will not be easy.
No, they're not going to be easy teams to play against. Especially, you know, the one that. Well, it depends, I guess, what happens. I mean, if the two other teams draw in that group,
then Argentina have got
obviously
kind of a lifeline.
You'll know, but by the time you hear this, you'll know that. But then that gives Argentina a lifeline if they draw.
Yeah.
But if one of them wins, it really puts them on the back foot.
Yes, because they need to win 2 games from there. And obviously, you would expect that Mexico and Poland may well beat Saudi Arabia. They may not now. Who knows?
They may not, no.
That blows that group wide open. Yeah.
Yeah, it gives Saudi a really good chance of getting through. I think they're going to be the flag flyers for the
Middle East.
For the Middle East, in this tournament. I think Qatar in the opening game showed nothing, really.
No, Ecuador could have won that by about 4 or 5. Yeah.
So they're going to be the ones, I think, and obviously being right next door, you're going to get a big following, which they had.
Yeah.
Which is awesome, which is really good for them. But yeah, it's interesting. The tournament is starting. Obviously, we've got a few things. The Netherlands, worth a mention. They were very well. They struggled, but they got there. They struggled, but they got there, and their quality shone through, didn't they? In the end,
I mean,
really.
Senegal, you could see what was missing.
Mane was missing, because they had chances to win that.
Yeah.
Senegal.
They just didn't have a clinical finisher in front of goal.
Yeah. Which obviously Mane would give them, and it's such a shame for the tournament, really, that he's not there.
Yeah. But again, that opens up Group A a little bit more.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
The Ecuador will be going, right, okay, second place is ours for the taking. Potentially first place is theirs for the taking.
Yeah. No, they'll want it to.
Yeah, they will. Yeah.
So, with that in mind, we've got lots of stuff still to look forward to this week. Obviously, England play their next game Friday.
Yeah.
As do Wales. Do Wales play Friday as well?
As well. Yeah, they play the early game Friday against Iran.
So you'll be able to watch that and see how they get on. I don't know, still big games to come up. Germany still to play their first game. We look forward to it. And we'll really, by the time we're talking next week, we'll have a better idea of where everyone's at, really. France, Australia as well.
Do you know the one that stands out for me for the rest of the week?
What's
Uruguay
that?
against South Korea.
Yeah, Uruguay, South Korea is going to be a really good, interesting game, I think.
That's two teams that are, on the same sort of level.
Yeah.
Going up against one. Even Brazil against Serbia might be fairly interesting.
It will be interesting. I still think Brazil will just... I mean, you look at that Brazil squad, I can't look past them, I'm afraid, for me at the minute. I mean, surprises happened, upsets happen. Yeah. And there's always one that kind of falls away. And it looks like it's going to be Argentina at the moment.
Yeah.
But you never know. I think Portugal Ghana, actually, for me, I think that's
could be a
more
fairly
interesting proposition.
Well. Yeah, Thursday's definitely worth watching if you're at home or if you're at work with a television screen.
Yeah, get your tablet out, get your phone out, connect to the Wi-Fi, get your 4G on the go, 5G, wherever you are in the country or the world. Yeah. So yeah, plenty still to look forward to this tournament in terms of a footballing.
And I think, as I said earlier, Saudi Arabia will have woken everybody up now. To say, that was a good. Yeah, that was a moment, wasn't it? That gives the tournament a spark, I think, doesn't it? When something like that happens, it puts it.
Like, as good as England were yesterday, everyone's majority of people are expecting that to happen.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Where it's like this gives it the everyone would have watched England. Oh my god, that was a really good performance from England.
Yeah,
they played really well. But then it's really the upsets, I think, that spark a tournament.
It is, and I was looking back earlier at ones that sparked a tournament into life as a top 10 of ones that sparked tournaments into life. And some of them there, I mean, Ireland beating Italy back in 94.
Yep.
South Korea beating Italy in South Korea.
Yeah.
Even going back to sort of 1950 when the USA beat England. Obviously that was a seismic moment.
That's a big shock, yeah.
Time. But the biggest one for me, Senegal beating France in 2002.
Yeah, that was huge. That was so good. It was one of the first games of the tournament as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. And obviously France were the holders at that time. So come on, Australia, we believe in you.
Yeah, Australia can they do the biz tonight? We'll find out. France have always got a self-destruction within them, but we'll see how they get on. We'll see how they do. So let's switch gears a little bit, because obviously the WSL's still happening.
Yeah, there is still football going on, just not a lot of it.
Yeah, and I think the WSL really is the women's football is the main focus, thing happening. Because I think the Champions League picks up, doesn't it, for the women as well this week?
Yeah.
So there's plenty of club football if that's what you want to get into. I just wanted to talk about the United girls smacking Arsenal. That's literally all I want to have this conversation about.
Alessandro Russo doing the business again. Yeah,
that's a proper Manchester United performance, by the way. Like, from start to finish, that I watched it. There's 2-1 down going into the last 5 minutes, and then you get the 2 goals.
Do you not think, I was thinking about this the other day, do you not think Sky in their infinite wisdom would have changed it to Sky Sports WSL for the World Cup?
I mean, they could have done.
They could have done. I mean, they're not going to be showing any Premier League games anytime soon.
No.
It just seems like a bit of an oversight, that one.
Indeed.
I mean, we won't talk about Chelsea and Tottenham because we always lose at the bridge. Even the women's team lose at the bridge.
Even the women's team lose at the bridge. I mean, I'm looking forward to it, because obviously that was at the Emirates as well, by the way, and I think the United fans absolutely filled out the away end.
Yeah, it seemed like it was a full house, which is unusual for Arsenal. I'll have that little dig.
In general, yeah. But yeah, and I think the United women's team are going to play at Old Trafford as well. I think early December. I think that is.
Yeah.
So lots to look forward to. Lots of games to get out to while everyone's in Qatar.
Yeah, obviously we have still got EFL action. League 1 and League 2 are still going. National League still going. Championship returns once the group stage is done. So we'll probably bring Around the World back once that's kicked in, so we can talk about what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's the big fixtures going on. It's going to be a fairly short episode, this one.
Yeah.
But we've got. I mean, next week we'll probably have much more to discuss, because we'll have gotten into the third round of games in the group stages. But yeah, we wanted to check in and talk about England being successful for a change.
Yeah.
It's nice to see when we have our biggest win in an opening game of a tournament ever. It's a nice start. Makes a difference to a 90th. Can we just have a quick chat about the stoppage times in this tournament?
They mentioned it earlier on.
What is going on?
To be fair, so the referees have been given a directive that if there is any stoppage in play, they must stop the clock to avoid time wasting. So that's throw-ins, goal kicks, everything.
It's absolutely outrageous.
But it's how it should be played.
So, I disagree. It's just like, I don't care. I've got stuff to get on with my life. Do you know what I mean? What was it? 25 minutes practically in the England game yesterday. That's like extra time. They played extra time.
But they didn't, because they weren't playing while the goalkeeper was down.
No, I guess that one. But then the second half, why have we got 10 minutes for the
second half one? I admit I don't understand. But the first half one, 14 minutes of added time.
That is a separate issue, isn't it, with the goalkeeper going down like that? And he should never have carried on, by the way. I don't even know why the medical team just didn't go, no, you're coming off. Yeah. You could look at him and just go, he's not there.
He didn't know what day of the week it was.
No, he wasn't there, was he?
No.
He was obviously feeling sick.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you're coming off. That would have been it. And that's where I think, actually, the authorities need to start stepping in now. There needs to be medical people from the competitions.
Yeah, going onto the pitch as well to assess. Because obviously the teams, if it's the number one goalkeeper, the team will go, oh, yeah, he's fine. Don't worry about that.
Or not even that so much, if the player's out there saying to his physio, yeah, no, I'm all right, I'm good to go, and the physio go, okay, yeah, fine. But if you've got someone,
an independent person,
just to turn around and go, no, you can't play, take them off, and that's fine because you get your sub back.
Yeah, you do.
That's absolutely fine.
The concussion substitution, takes place.
It's a freebie, give or take, for want of a better term. So just take the decision away from. Out from the players, out from the countries, the clubs. Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Take it away from them. Yeah. Have it so that an independent doctor, like they do in boxing, like they do in the combat sports, where someone's in there, they get assessed by a doctor, and the doctor says whether they can continue or not. Yeah. And it's got nothing to do with anybody else at that point. Then
it's the doctor's decision. Yeah.
And that's the best way to protect the players.
Yeah, definitely, I agree.
But there we are. That's all.
Who'd have thought we'd end on a medical note?
A medical note, I know. But yeah, that's it. That's all we've got to say, really, this week, I think. Yeah. For now. So yeah, keep an eye on the games. Keep an eye out. We'll be back next week discussing, I'm sure there'll be plenty more stuff to look forward to. Don't forget, you can tweet us at Let's Football Pod, email us, all the things as per previous. But for now, enjoy the next week of the World Cup, and we'll see you all later.
Bye.
Goodbye.